Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Wanur Fatini Yusra binti Wan Imran Faisal. So in this presentation, I will be covering the product description and the process flow of tempeh ice cream, which is Temora. Our product is tempeh ice cream, a unique frozen dessert developed using fermented tempeh as the main value-added ingredients. Tempeh was chosen because it is a good source of plant-based protein and can contribute to the nutritional value of the product. In addition, the fermentation process may provide potential digestive health benefits. And then the ice cream is available in one flavor, which is vanilla. It has a smooth and creamy texture with a balanced sweetness, making it enjoyable and refreshing to consume. And then, what makes this product different from conventional ice cream is the use of tempeh, which is commonly consumed in savory dish. Through this product, tempeh is transformed into an innovative frozen dessert, providing consumers with a new and enjoyable way to experience fermented soybean product.
Temora ice cream has its own novelty and uniqueness. For example, the fusion of traditional Indonesian fermented food with frozen dessert. The combination of tempeh and ice cream contribute to a novel fusion. While tempeh is traditionally consumed in savory dishes, pairing it with ice cream are relatively uncommon. By introducing our product, we can create a new way of consuming tempeh. Temora ice cream are considered unconventional product because its protein content is significantly higher than the conventional ice cream. According to a reference, tempeh is recognized as a source of plant-based protein, which is suitable for individuals seeking nutritious snack. One of the ingredients serving as natural stabilizer is cornstarch. It provides thicker liquid texture to the ice cream base. By heating ice cream base, the starch will form, indirectly prevent clumping during freezing process. Temora ice cream also rich in prebiotics, the types of fiber produced during fermentation that support the growth of beneficial bacteria in digestive system and support gut health. Our product will become functional dessert for consumer. We also have the target market for Temora ice cream, such as young adults in the range of 18 to 35 years old, vegetarians, students, health-conscious consumers, and parents seeking on the healthiest snack for their children.
Now, let's take a look at our formulation table. Firstly, we use 200 grams of tempeh as our main base ingredient and also protein and fiber source. 1 liter of milk that acts as a base solvent and gives the ice cream its smooth mouthfeel. 250 milliliter of whipping cream that provides creaminess and rich texture. 100 grams of sugar as a sweetener. 50 grams of cornstarch as a thickener and stabilizer to improve texture. 150 grams of condensed milk to provide sweetness and enhance smoothness. For the flavoring, we use vanilla extract, which is 1 cup that equal to 2.6 milliliter for flavoring. And lastly, we use 4.3 grams of pandan leaves that provides natural aroma and masks the earthy tempeh aftertaste.
Next, I will explain the process flow for the production of tempeh ice cream. So the process starts with the weighing of all ingredients, including tempeh, malt, whipping cream, sugar, cornstarch, condensed milk, vanilla extract, and pandan leaf using a digital weighing balance. Accurate weighing is important to ensure consistency in product quality and formulation. Next, the tempeh is boiled together with pandan leaf at approximately 100 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes using a cooking pot. This step helps to reduce the bland flavor of tempeh, improve the aroma, and lower the microbial load, so they result in a better quality product. After the boiling, tempeh is blended together with milk, sugar, cornstarch, and condensed milk using a blender for approximately 3 to 5 minutes until a smooth mixture is obtained. And then, this blending process acts as a homogenization step to ensuring all ingredients are evenly distributed and producing a smooth texture. After the boiling, tempeh is blended together with milk, sugar, cornstarch, and condensed milk using a blender for approximately 3 to 5 minutes until a smooth. The whipping cream is then whisked using a mixer before being incorporated into the mixture. So this aeration process introduces air into the product, contributing to a smoother, creamier texture and improving the overall mouthfeel of the ice cream. After the whisk process, vanilla extract is added and mixed roughly to enhance the flavor and sensory quality of the product. The final mixture is then poured into clean food-grade containers for packaging. The proper handling at this stage is important to prevent contamination and maintain product quality. And last process, the ice cream is stored in a freezer at -degrees Celsius for approximately 24 hours until completely frozen. And maintaining the temperature is a critical control point as it helps prevent product safety, inhibit microbial growth, and achieve the desired texture and consistency of the final product. Next, this is the summary of hazard analysis for tempeh ice cream production. So several potential hazards were identified throughout the production process. During the weighing of ingredient, cross-contamination may occur from raw materials or equipment. Therefore, all ingredients must be inspected for quality and freshness, while equipment must be cleaned and sanitized before use. So the first critical control point, or we call as a CCP, is the boiling process. Tempeh is boiled together with pandan leaf at 100 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes to reduce microbial hazard and improve product safety. The boiling temperature and time are monitored using a thermometer and timer. If the required temperature or time is not achieved, the boiling process must be continued until the critical limit is met. So during the blending and mixing process, physical contamination may occur from equipment or foreign material. So to prevent this, the blender must be properly cleaned and inspected before use. And then the incorporation of whipping cream and addition of vanilla extract also require proper handling and sanitation to prevent microbial contamination. So all ingredients must be stored under appropriate condition and added using clean equipment. And during filling and packaging, clean food grade container are used to prevent contamination and maintain product quality. And the second critical control point is the freezing process. The ice cream is stored at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 24 hours to inhibit microbial growth and maintain the desired texture and quality of the product. The freezer temperature is monitored regularly and corrective action must be taken if the temperature exceeds the critical limits. So overall, the hazard plan help ensure that the tempeh ice cream produced is safe, high quality, and suitable for consumer consumption.
And now we are moving on to the costing part of our product. In this section, we will explain how we calculate the total cost of producing our ice cream. The table shows the list of ingredients, their cost per unit, and the cost per unit used based on the quantity in our recipe. First, we determine the cost per unit for each ingredient and multiply it by the quantity used. For example, for condensed milk, the cost per unit is 8 ringgit 90 cents for 500 ml, which gives 0.0178 cents per milliliter. Since we use 150 ml in our recipe, we multiply 150 by 0.0178 cents to get 2 ringgit 67 cents as the cost used. The same method of calculation is applied to all other ingredients. This slide shows the cost analysis and profit calculation for our ice cream products. First, the total mass of ingredient used is 1,721.9 grams, and the total servings, we will divide the total mass with 500 ml, which we get 3.44 and rounded down to 3 tubs. For the production cost, the labor cost is 22 ringgit, based on 2 workers working for 2 hours at 8 ringgit per hour. The water cost is 21 ringgit and the electricity cost is 5 ringgit. The total overhead cost, which includes labor, water, and electricity, is 58 ringgit. When divided among 3 servings, the overhead cost per serving is 90 ringgit 30 cents. Next, the raw material cost is 22 ringgit 39 cents, and the packaging cost is 6 ringgit 72 cents. After adding the overhead cost, the total production cost becomes 48 ringgit 31 cents. Therefore, the cost per servings without profit is 60 ringgit 10 cents. We set the selling price at 20 ringgit per servings, resulting in a profit of 3 ringgit 20 cents per servings. Finally, the profit percentage achieved is 24.22%, which indicates that the product can generate a reasonable profit while remaining affordable to consumers. Overall, this cost analysis shows that our ice cream products is financially available and this slide packaging is important for a food product to protect them against contamination and spoilage factor. In this part, I will explain the two levels of packaging, which is primary packaging and secondary packaging. First, the primary packaging used for ice cream is plastic tub made from polypropylene. It works as a barrier that slows moisture exchange, keep the product stable during storage. The tight lid is also designed to minimize air exposure and water absorption. The reason we choose plastic for ice cream tubs is due to the cold resistance, making it effective to preserve the ice cream quality. Next, for the secondary packaging, we use corrugated box that acts as a protective outer layer for a batch of ice cream tubs. It helps by reducing heat transfer from the environment. This type of packaging help facilitate transportation by allowing multiple ice cream tubs to be packed together for easier distribution. Okay, there are some information required on the packaging, such as product name, ingredient list, storage instruction. Temora ice cream need to be kept frozen under negative 18 degrees C to maintain the quality of ice cream. And next, nutrition information for consumer reference, net weight of the product, expiry date, name and address of the manufacturer, and the most important thing is allergen information, as our product contains tempeh, soybean, and milk.
Moving on to our sensory evaluation, we want to see if there was a noticeable difference in panel's preference between two flavors, sample 456 and sample 901. We use pair sample t-test using 9-point Dolic scale to evaluate 6 key of sensory attributes, which is appearance, aroma, texture, taste, color, and overall acceptance. Based on the statistical data table, the mean scores for both samples are very close. Each of attributes test return a p-value much greater than 0.05 and 95% confidence interval all across the over 0. In conclusion, based on the statistic data and the graph bar, we can conclude that no statistically significant difference were detected between the two samples across all evaluated sensory attributes. Sample 456 performed better overall in appearance, taste, and overall acceptance, while panelists likely prefer sample 901 for aroma, texture, and color attributes. Since both formulations are statistically identical in the eyes of the consumer, this means both flavors are equally viable for commercialization. For product improvement, we received a feedback that most panelists rate the sample 456 has a gritty texture and not smooth. So for the improvement, the mixture must be strained to ensure a completely smooth texture.